If you're into that 80s vibe, you can check out the Club Vector clothing range. Link for that is down below, as is the link for U7 Buy. Cut out the nonsense of FIFA points and the random gamble, and just go straight to the source. Use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Why does this card exist? Team of the tournament, so it's being touted as Cuadrado, which is fine, but it's a right back. He has played right back for Juve before, right? So I'm not disputing the position. I don't mind that, actually. It's quite nice to get a decent little position change. 5-star skills, 3-star weak foot, high medium. Nothing wrong with that at all so far as a right back. Go into the stats, and oh dear. It's just not great, is it? It just doesn't look very good. His stamina isn't good enough for a right back. If you use Cuadrado as a right back, and you've got him on stay back while attacking, you might as well not have him in there. You might as well use Deschiglio, right? If you've got him on overlap, he's going to be dead by half-time with 79 stamina, and I'm going to prove that to you right now. What is the point in doing this, apart from a link to Ronaldo, I hear you ask? That's what I'm here to find out. Let's give him a chem style and see if it makes a difference. So that's the team I've got him in. I was reviewing Koulibaly. Lost all the footage. Not going to review him anymore. If you want to know what he's like, he's just clunky. He's all right, but his positioning isn't great and he's clunky. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I've pressed X and wait. There we go. We're getting delay on the menus. I'm still really salty from Weekend League, by the way. I don't know if you can tell. The game had not annoyed me a lot yesterday, and apparently I haven't shrugged it off. Let's give a powerhouse to Cuadrado. I mean, price-wise, you can't go wrong with the price. And I think that's where a lot of people were misconstruing what I was saying. I've mentioned on Twitter, I've spoke to a few people. Everyone's like, oh, why are people bitching and moaning about it? It's not actually a bad card. Well, the thing is, right, for the price, no, I don't think it is. You know, between 25 and 30k for this isn't bad. It's just, if you're going to do it with a degree of, you know, an improvement. They've not improved it enough in the area to which they've given him a new position. A right back needs to have better defensive awareness than 67 and better interceptions than 66. Just my opinion. Now, we can't improve the stamina, so that's out. But what we can improve, the defensive stats across the board and the passing stats. This takes him up to an 84 rated right back, which is still, with a chem style, still 1 point lower than his overall. The stand tackle is now up to 90, slide tackle up to 89, defensive awareness up to 77, and interceptions up to 71. Even with the powerhouse chem style, the defensive awareness is a touch too low for me, and the interceptions need to be higher. I can't do any more. We need to boost that passing and vision up as well to make him worthwhile when venturing forward, because that's how we're going to have to use Cuadrado. We can't rely on him to defend. So we've had to boost the short passing up to 98, as well as the vision up to 87. Crossing's gone up as well if you're that way inclined. I do, to be honest, I've been putting a little bit more into my crossing. I use a lot more of sort of the R1, RB cross since they put it in an objective, actually, and I've realised that it's a little bit more effective. If you want to bring him on as a super sub, by the way, and you give him something along the lines of a maestro, for instance, which is normally what a winger gets. If you give him a maestro, he goes up to an 88 rated right wing. If you get rid of his chem styles altogether, this is a 78 rated right back. Yes, he's got 5-star skills, and yes, he can dribble. But apart from those two stats, with his agility and pace, of course, his stamina's not good enough, his defensive stats are not good enough. As a right back, it's 78. You might as well put Danilo in there. However, I'm not going to judge it just yet, because for all I know, this is the best card I've ever played with, and we're about to find out right now if that's true or not. My opponent for the upcoming Rivals game has Benzema. He's got a red Griezmann, lucky son of a gun. That 91 Lewin with a Hunter as well. That's going to be dangerous. That's a good team. I like that. Here is Cuadrado for his first touch as a right back. I mean, this is the only part of this card that I feel is usable, really. It's the fact that you can just dribble like this as a right back. That is incredible. Do I like the card? Oh dear. I really expected to hate it, and within 7 minutes of the first game, he's just rinsed the defence. That's a right back, playing as a right back. I've not moved him. He's just done a madness. Well, Cuadrado's gone round the outside. He's made it into the penalty area. Can he put a good ball in? It wasn't too bad. Ball's going to come back into Zaniolo, and he's leaning backwards. Oh, he's dinked it back post. Cuadrado there to defend, and he did his job. Oh dear. Ball played across. Here's Juan Cuadrado. I mean, realistically, we just need to play that out. I wouldn't normally run with a right back, so I need to treat him as if he is just a bona fide right back, I think. Di Maria gets through and plays a terrible pass. Cuadrado up against Benzema. Well, he gets across, makes a challenge, gets fouled. So far, he's done everything that you would expect from a right back. And at the moment, I'm looking like a bit of a fool. Next opponent has a very good-looking team. Manolas, he has the Cuadrado as well. Cuadrado backtracking. Ball goes through. Cuadrado's defensive positioning has let him down. He should have covered the space. He didn't, and we have conceded. It's not all Cuadrado. I'm not going to blame him entirely, but his movement was not very good. He needed to just get between the defender and the ball, and he just didn't make the move. Cuadrado, can he deal with this? Yes, he can. He's done just enough there. I mean, those are the simple ones. You don't need positioning with those because I move the player, right? Here comes... That's a nice bit of football. Di Maria's in on goal. Right foot. Oh, he's used the outside of the left. That's nice. Good goal. Here he comes with Pirlo through the middle. Good defending by Manolas. I cannot get that ball clear. Here is Cuadrado. That's nice. That's what... I mean, okay, that's not a 5-star skill move or anything, but that's what having a player with that sort of level of ball control and ability at the back can do. If you feel the need to be cocky or you need to do something like that to get out of trouble, you can definitely use it, and effectively as well. Cuadrado up against Bernard. He's obviously going to play it back again, and Cuadrado's quick enough to deal with it. I like him. It's stupid. I shouldn't, but I do. And we've got across there with Manolas. This Cuadrado would not get... That's not his fault. That's the game being FIFA 20. Just would not get rid of it. And well, I guess feel a goal coming. The game won't let me tackle. Yeah, I mean, that happens. I've just released a rant video about that, in fact. I've pressed pass with Cuadrado. It didn't work. I'm trying to tackle Pirlo. No one's making any moves. And we've conceded. It's not Cuadrado's fault. Don't hold him accountable in the slightest. To Dembele was good. The ball to Cuadrado was even better. I tell you what, we could do some good things here. That's fantastic. Can he play it across? What a goal that is. Big fan. And I deserve it as well, because the goal we've conceded up the other end was an absolute calamity. Cuadrado, well, he's got something about him. Cuadrado. Oh, he's done so well there, Cuadrado. Plays it across. That's a great goal. I tell you what, I'm finding it difficult to dislike him. He's not that bad defensively, and going forward, he's an absolute nightmare to deal with. I like him. Is that SBC worth it? I think it might be. Well, I'm sorry, but I like this card, and I honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I apologise, because I expected this video to be another rant, essentially. I was in a bit of a ranting mood. I've had a bad weekend in terms of FIFA. Well, bad day yesterday. But today, the gameplay has been decent, and Cuadrado has been an absolute dream to play with. He's not the best right back in the world. I would say maybe 3 times out of the 8 games, sorry. 8 games I've played. Out of those 8, 3 times I think he's made a defensive mistake. Twice he was out of position. Once I think he should have intercepted it and he just didn't. I think I may have shown you 1, maybe 2 of those. Every defender has that though, right? Every defender gets caught out of position. Sometimes it could even be your fault. You just don't even realise. But with that being said, what Cuadrado offers you that other fullbacks don't is an unbelievable attacking threat. Going forward, especially if you play overlap, he's better than the players I actually had in attack. I preferred to have Cuadrado going forward than I did Ben Yedder. Zaniolo is actually a very good player. Di Maria was an absolute menace. But Cuadrado was brilliant. He caused so many problems. He scored goals, he got assists, he was dancing around defenders as if they weren't even there. The stamina was an issue, but so long as you're not hammering him every chance you get, and you go over the other flank sometimes and you give him a bit of a breather, he's actually not that bad. He lasted the entire game every single time I played him. He started with 99 fitness, he lasted the entire game. He wasn't like Daisy fresh at the end of it, of course he's not, but he was not that bad. The one thing I've noticed, and I think I've noticed this more and more as I play FIFA, but now that I've been reviewing a player who wasn't necessarily good defensively, stats-wise at least, I've noticed it doesn't actually matter how good they are defensively in terms of stats, because Cuadrado's stats are terrible, and yet only once or twice he was caught out of position, and only once really he didn't make an interception that I thought he should have made. But that happens all the time with all of my players. As long as you get your body in the way, and you manually control the cut passing lanes, he's just as good as anybody else. Honestly, I didn't have a problem with him at all. I really liked him, and I think for 25 to 30k, it's a bargain. And if you have Ronaldo, you have Matuidi, you have any player that you can link to him, it's definitely worth the punt just to get him in your team, or just to get him in your club, and every now and again maybe go and use him, like just test him out. If you don't like him, you've just picked up an 85 rated card for about 25k that may have significance in the future, or that you may be able to bring on as a super sub, because even as a super sub, bringing him on as a winger, you could still cause a lot of damage with him. His ball control is brilliant, and it's a 5-star skiller. Big fan of this card, and I didn't expect to be. In fact, I'm genuinely sorry that I'm not here moaning about him, and I'm actually praising him. Would you believe it? I wouldn't. So, if you have enjoyed the review, do me a favour and hit that like button. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. And until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.